for Arsenal over City before kick-off. Only a point, though, after that 2-2 draw with West Ham, so they're now 4 clear of the reigning champions. Big result at the bottom for West Ham. Let's hear from Mikel Antonio and the all-important man, Jarrod Bowen.
Congratulations to you both. What a roller coaster of an afternoon. But Jarrod, that must feel like a huge point.
No, it's a massive point. Coming into this, probably no one expected us to get anything from the game. So maybe we use that in our advantage a bit. And you see the intensity and just going at them and putting them under pressure, because if you give them time on the ball, they can create things like that. So we got the crowd on side. It wasn't the start that we wanted, but we dug in, we kept working, and we nearly nicked it at the end. But like you said, a point coming into this is massive for us.
You say nearly nicking it at the end, the roller coaster. Perhaps no one experienced that as much as you did, giving away the penalty and then, nearly getting that winning goal.
Yeah, I know, very frustrating. No, but with the pen, I think it's so harsh. Obviously, my arm's literally just sticking out as close to the body as can be. The only thing I can do is sit my hand behind my back. But obviously, take positives from the game. Before the game, we've 100% taken the point from that. It's a massive point to get us a point higher in the league, and we're just going to grow from that, because obviously you see the confidence that we got, going 2-0 down, managed to get 2-2 with the league leaders. We're just going to build on it and keep going.
I'm keen to stick with the positives, but I must ask, what went on in that first 10-20 minutes? You just couldn't seem to get any kind of grip on it.
No, do you know what? I think we started kind of a bit on the front foot and tried to get about them, and it was 2 probably lapses of concentration in the penalty box where we weren't tracking our runners, and we got punished for it. But like Mickey said, the character in this group has never gone. Of course, it hasn't been what we've wanted, but we've never let our heads go. We always, you see at the end of the game there, everyone's on their feet. You know how much this means for us, for the whole fans, for everyone, and a massive point.
Yeah, huge point for West Ham United. Mikel Antonio didn't think it was a penalty. Centre Forwards Union, did you agree?
I didn't think it was a penalty either. But the way the game is now, they get given, but it's not a penalty. I'm sorry, it's not a penalty.
Totally agree. Yeah, I didn't think it was a penalty at all. In fact, I think he said everything that we needed to know in the interview there, Antonio. I thought his hand wasn't really in an unnatural position. I thought the shot actually came from about a yard and a half away. As ever, when a ball hits an arm, it then flails because the weight of the ball actually makes it, swing and whatever. But he's so close to him. I find that very harsh.
Do you think it was a striker's attempt at blocking the penalty?
I don't think he tried to block it at all. Do you think it was a pen?
No. I thought it was handball because the guy's hand's out there when it hits it. You watch defenders go and make that challenge. You watch defenders go in that and they put their hands behind their back.
No, but that's...
Sure.
For me, that's unnatural.
Yeah.
Defending by putting your hands behind your back. Who defends like that?
That's the way it is this season. You leave your arm out there and the ball hits it, it's going to get given.
Yeah.
How do you feel for Bukayo Saka? We talked at length about it before the game.
It's so disappointing because, he's got a lot of balls to take the penalty, and obviously with his previous history as well. He's come back and played the way he has done. But people will remember this, above a lot of what he's been doing this season. It's not over yet. There's still going to be a few more twists, but this is a big day for Man City, I think.
Yeah,
that's potentially a twist. That moment there, isn't it?
It is, and watching the last couple of games with Arsenal, last week Liverpool and this week, game management. If you go 2 goals up, it's about game management from there. Yeah, another team's going to create chances, of course, but as Arsenal, you got to say to yourself, we need to get a third one here. I think once they went 2-0 up, Arsenal comfortable, very, very comfortable, but I thought they dropped off a little bit. Intensity dropped with 2-0 up, away to West Ham. West Ham get themselves back in the game, fortunately, via a penalty. Game changes. Everything changed on that penalty.
Yeah, and as I said, Michael, what made it worse for Arsenal was just 2 minutes, 22 seconds later, suddenly they've been pegged back at the other end.
Well, exactly, and how many times do we see it? Either a big save or a big incident, and this time, obviously, it was a big penalty miss, and then all of a sudden, within a blink of an eye, at the other end, there's a goal, and the whole game has changed on its head. This is a really interesting goal. The ball was cleared, but you look at the back four here, the left side of the defence and the right side of the defence are all totally disjointed. They've cleared the ball, and they've not been able to keep up. And what's happened is obviously Bowen has then used that to his advantage because he can stay on side on the side of the pitch where they've squeezed up too high. It's defensively, I'd say he's going to be frustrated, Mikel Arteta. You've got to, if you're going to squeeze up, you've got to squeeze in a line, and Bowen's taken full advantage. Good finish as well. Not easy.
Aaron Ramsey, I've got a hand to it. Talk us through his angle there as he sees it.
No, the angle he's got is perfect. I think what's done him is the fact that Bowen's hit it into the ground. So then obviously straight away your eyes go lower, and then it's coming back at you higher. It's like a downward header, and that's what's done Aaron. But Bowen's got a great contact on it, so the pace has done him at the near post.
We were always told as youngsters to head the ball into the ground. And you never think why, you just do it because you've been told to do it.
Yeah.
But I just wonder why, actually, from a goalkeeper's point of view, is it because it's hard to then judge how high it's going to bounce, and it's all, as you say, you're down and then you're up.
And it generates more pace as well. Once it hits the turf.
And sometimes you'll get skid on it as well. But it's when it goes down because you look down and then it's coming back up at you. That's the hardest adjustment. And Aaron got a good hand on it. Nearly got it out onto the post, but it wasn't to be this week.
Yeah. And after that, did you sense that just derailed them a little bit, that equaliser?
Yeah, a little bit. We didn't have a great deal of open chances. Fabianski made about 2 or 3 saves that were straight at him. We didn't really create a lot after that. So it's disappointing. But like I say, there's still going to be a few more twists.
Well, the way this season's going, you wouldn't rule that out, would you?
No, not at all. And there will be loads more twists, Steve. We looked at the fixtures before the game, and as much as we think this game is going to be the big game, and of course it is at the Etihad between Manchester City and Arsenal, there are still a few tough games. That was a tough game today. I know teams are near the bottom of the league, but going away from home in the Premier League against anyone, Manchester United might find that as well in 15 minutes or so. Nottingham Forest or anywhere away from home is tough in the Premier League.
It's crazy. I'm obviously my time playing. The manager always used to say the season never got started until now. Easter, you'd be talking about 30 games in. Points get dropped around this kind of time, and champions make themselves from now.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And the last 2 games for Arsenal only back that up, don't they, really?
There you go.
Look at
there
those.
You go.
Some tough games there. We'll highlight the big one, but there are some tough games for both teams. And as I said before, I know Chelsea aren't having a good season at the minute, but they could play a big role in this title.
And then Newcastle away.
Yeah.
That's a tough one as well. Yeah.
A few twists to come.
Fascinating.